Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Hey, Hibiscus, Callie. How are you ladies doing? Feels good to be live, guys. I'm getting back on schedule. I promise. I promise. All week I'm going to be streaming, even if I have to do it a little bit later, because I want to get back on schedule with my YouTubing. Excuse me. Did y'all have a good weekend? Did y'all sleep good? I didn't sleep good last night. I stayed up late. I just couldn't fall asleep. I watched MILF Manor on TLC. That show is so weird, but for some reason I'm watching it. These MILFs and their sons are there at that dating retreat, that big mansion. So they're there with their sons dating, mingling around. So they got to watch their mother hook up with a young guy. They got to watch their son hook up with an older woman. It's the craziest show ever. And of course, I watched 90 Day the Other Way last night. I like that show too. Donald, good morning. I miss you. Miss you too. I've missed all y'all. We're going to get into some true crime as soon as some people get in here. Oh, great news, guys. I tamed another cat. Little Shy, the one that caught the dove in the chicken lot that day. I have tamed her to where I can pet her. And she absolutely loves for me to rub her head. It's so beautiful. She took my hands with her little paws and pulled them down to her head for me to pet more. Hibiscus, my grandson spent the night, threw up in the middle of the night. Oh no, is he okay? Oh crap, I hit my mic. Is he okay? Did he go to school or what? I'm telling you, my son, he has been sick a lot this year. He's had COVID like 3 times, but where he has IBS, gosh, at least about once a month, that starts acting up on him. It gets me really, really worried. Donald, today is pet day. Oh, well, I've got enough pets. I got 2 dogs, 2 cats, a goat, 5 chickens, 3 hermit crabs. Hibiscus seems to be okay this morning. Mom is keeping him home just in case. Her stepbrother had it last week. Oh no. Hold on, Hibiscus. I need to send you a message real quick on Discord. Well, I might as well say it. I think everybody knows. You're on your other account. Do you know that? You were on the Hibiscus account. I didn't know if you meant to do that or not. I'll just go ahead and say it. Hey Mike, good morning. How's the baby? So guys, Kelly says, "Oh, hibiscus, poor little guy. That's the worst. I hate him." Oh gosh, me too. Me too. My ladybug, my dog got sick the other day. Oh, it's awful when they get sick like that. They can't help it. So this lady, this young girl, Julia, uh, let me see if I can say her name right. One Belt. I believe she's from Poland. She is claiming that she is Madeline McCann. They're going to give her a DNA test, but she is pretty sure that she is Madeline McCann. So we're going to read about that this morning. I got her TikTok pulled up. Hold on just a minute, guys. Let me make sure this is not my son. Oh, yeah, it is. So she says that she asked her parents about her childhood, and they just, her mom said the past was the past. And her dad her mom said, let's focus on the future. And her dad said, well, if I really wasn't your dad, what would that matter? You know, I don't know if she is or not. I don't think they look alike personally. Let's go over this. One woman 100% convinced she is Madeline McCann breaks down in tears. This is the Irish Daily Mirror. Let me get this screen shared here for y'all. Oh, thank you, Mike. Mike, I saw you message me, and I meant to message you back. And I got sidetracked. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's see if we can scroll up. So there's one little picture of her. Scroll down, damn it. A young woman who claims she's 100% convinced she is missing British girl Madeline McCann has posted a new video to Instagram. Julia Wendell, 21, shared a video of herself chatting to police psychic Dr. Fia Johnson, who previously claimed in 2020 that Julia is from Poland. In her latest, her family have shunned her over the publicity around her quest for answers. She has said police in the UK and Poland have been ignoring her, but she wants a DNA test to prove she is Madeline, who went missing from her holiday apartment in Portugal 16 years ago. It's understood the McCanns have agreed to the DNA test, but the young woman's family in Poland have seemingly turned their backs on her. She broke down in tears and said her only family have called her to express their disapproval. In the clip, she said, "My grandma called me. She said I'm a very bad person, that she doesn't want to meet me anymore. She started to shout at me." I thought this morning, guys, I thought, what if it is true? Then I thought, what if it's not true? Imagine how her family's going to feel. Let's see. Let's take a look at this picture. See, to me, her eyes look different than Madeline's. Now, she's still got that same spot in her eye. Madeline had this like rare condition where it puts like it looks like a little ink droplet in your eye. She had that in her eye. And this girl does too. You can't see it in this picture, but it's not as big as Madeline's was. I asked her for a DNA test with her or my parents, and she will not take a DNA test with me. And I can't say she has to do it. Who's she talking about? She said she said her family said she is not normal for giving hope to the McCanns. Julia say they think she is a horrible person who they don't want to know anymore. They do look similar. They do look similar. See, Madeline's got this little drop in her eye right there. Okay, and this little girl's got a drop in her eye. Looks like a little ink spot, but it's not as large as Madeline's or as dark. It could have faded over years. That possible? Maybe. A few minutes into the video, she started sobbing, saying she feels alone, revealed her relationship with her partner is suffering too. She continued, "I'm alone. My boyfriend wants to leave me too because of this case." The woman also shared messages. She says her mom sent her saying she is sick. Well, if this is not true and she really did make this up, it is sick. Totally sick. See, I think their noses and stuff's different. Her mom said she needs psychiatric help, accused her of setting up a circus. The message reads, "You're sick, Julia. I'm selling the house and none of us will answer the phone if you call for everything you've done and the embarrassment you've put me through." In response, Julia snapped, "Now I'm crazy." She also reiterated her belief that she is Madeline, saying she is 100% convinced of that fact. We're going to look at her TikTok. Now, the McCann family have requested DNA with a source close to the family telling the Daily Star. The family are taking no chances. They are willing to look at all leads. Well, I don't blame them whatsoever. But for some reason, I don't feel like this is her. It's just a feeling I have. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not wanting to get my hopes up. But I'm thinking that they do look similar, but there's also some differences in them. Let me see. Before we get to her TikTok, I saw an article that went over the differences this morning. Okay. Da-da-da-da. I had to look at my phone to make sure that wasn't my son calling me. Hmm. Maybe I'll run across it here in just a second. Let me look at my chat. I don't want to spend too much time just having to search and being silent. How old was Madeline when she went missing? She was like 4 or 5 years old, right? Let's look it up and see so we know all the facts. Maybe we should go over the facts of the case. Madeline McCann age. Well, she would be 19 years old now. Let me type it in another way. Let me see if I can find it. She was 3. She was 3 years old. She was born May 12th, 2003. She disappeared, it says May 3rd, 2007 at the age of 3 while on a holiday with her family in Portugal. Now, a lot of people have thought that the family did something to her, the mom or the dad. Their eyes are shaped different, in your opinion? Let me see if I can find some pictures here. Maybe some side by sides or something going on. Oh, I know where some's at on her TikTok. I followed her TikTok, so let's look at it. I'm gonna cut down the music though, so I don't have to trim it out because she's not talking in these. And this first one is about her brother.
And a year 11 at Truro Grammar. In my opinion, he is the nicest person in the history of the universe. My brother, Charles Spring, is 15 years old and a year 11 at Truro Grammar. In my opinion, he is the nicest person in the history of the universe.
Okay. Now let's go to the first one. Take a look into my eyes. Help me contact my real parents. Is there a way to pause that? She does resemble them. She does. And I know people change over time, but to me, I don't know. I don't think they're the same person, guys. Could be though. Is that the one we just watched? Let's watch this latest one she put up.
Wasn't falling for you, it was thinking that maybe you fell for me too.
Let me mute it. I mean, she does look similar. Gosh, I just hate this for Madeline's parents if she turns out not to be Madeline. She says she remembers being molested by a German pedophile and everything. Let's see what else we can find here. Madeline McCann, timeline of the child's disappearance. Let's go over that. I don't think it's her either, Mike. Yeah, that's young enough not to remember much. So this girl is actually 21 years old. Madeline is 19 years old, would be 19 years old. So Julia's excuse for that is she thinks her parents lied to her about her age and she's actually younger. Let's share this. See, there's a computer image of what, they done to, what do you call that? Age progression photo of what she might have looked like, if she's still alive and older. I just don't think she looks like that girl. For one, their eyes look different to me. The way they look, not the shape of them, like just how her eyeballs look. They look different. Like Madeline's was like really, her eyes was really big to me. Okay, so Madeline McCann, a 3-year-old girl from Rothley, gosh, I can't say that, Leicestershire or something, went missing from Portugal holiday resort of Pride Deluge on the Algarve on the 3rd of May 2007. Okay, still unsolved. It's still the subject of intense interest among the public and press. Well, the German authorities have been saying for 2 or 3 years that they think that the pedophile, what is his name? Gosh, maybe it'll say it on down here. Gosh, I can't think of his name right off the bat. Is it Christopher? Who is that German pedophile? Let me look up his name real quick. I think he's a good suspect because um, he had raped an American woman at that resort in Pride Deluge. Christian Bruckner, that's his name, Christian Bruckner. Um, they say his cell phone pinged around the area of the resort the night of Madeline's disappearance. Here's one thing I could never understand is why they left those kids in that hotel room unattended. Two little twins, little babies, and 3-year-old little Madeline unattended. Went all the way over to the resort's restaurant a long ways away. Long ways away. It would have took forever. If there had been a fire or something, it would have took them forever to get back there. Right? And they had a babysitter at the resort, but they didn't want to use that. I believe they give them some cough syrup to put them to sleep or something, in my opinion. Okay, let's go on and read this. Her parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, posted a statement on the Find Madeline website in May 2021, marking their daughter's then upcoming 18th birthday, reiterating their hopes of being reunited with her one day. Every May is tough, a reminder of years past, of years together lost or stolen, they wrote. We hang on to hope, however small, that we will see Madeline again. I don't know how these people, these kids go missing, how they get through it, guys. Can you imagine having to live your life every day not knowing where your child is? Your little child. As we have said repeatedly, we need to know what happened to our lovely daughter no matter what. We are grateful to the police for their continued efforts. Marking another grim anniversary earlier this year, they say that finding the truth remains essential. So this May, she'll be 20 years old. Here's a reminder of the events of the case with recent emergence of a new suspect in Germany, reviving the prospect of the mystery finally being solved. The story began with the McCanns, affluent doctors, Kate and Jerry, their 3-year-old daughter, Madeline, their 2-year-old twin siblings. Joined a group of 7 family and friends and their 5 children on holiday at the Ocean Club in the village of Pride de Luz on the southwestern tip of Portugal on April 28, 2007. After a pleasant spring break by the seas, the adults in the party went for dinner at the Results Open Air Tapas Bar on the 3rd of May, gathering at 8:30 p.m. The children were left behind sleeping in their respective apartments with the doors unlocked and a rota system in place among the parents to ensure that someone returned every half hour to check on them. Every half hour. You know, you can turn your back for a second on a child. They'll be up out of the bed. I mean, you just don't never know. That was a bad thing to do. When Kate McCann took her turn and returned to the apartment at 10 p.m., she raced back to the restaurant screaming, Madeline's gone. Someone's taken her. The police were quickly called, and 60 staff and fellow guests searched the complex, calling out the girl's name in the van until daybreak the following morning. I said in the van in vain until the daybreak the following morning. Border police and airport staff were put on alert. Hundreds of volunteers joined the efforts to find the missing girl over the coming days. The case fast becoming a sensation. Yes, I can remember it. See, to me, Madeline's eyes, they look a lot larger than that girl's eyes, Julia's. The Portuguese authorities would later attract criticism over their conduct in the crucial earliest hours of the investigation when the trail still might have been warm. Accused of making rudimentary mistakes like failing to contact or conduct a house by house search of every local resident or interview all other guests at the resort, acting slowly to erect roadblocks and potentially compromising forensic evidence at the crime scene through carelessness and incaution. The police initially stated they believed Madeline was still alive and had been abducted from the room by a stranger as the parents described their anguish and despair over her vanishing, a worst fear realized for any parent. On May 26, police issued a description of a suspicious man seen on the night of the girl's disappearance. The individual in question was spotted by Jane Tanner, one of the McCann's dining companions, who said she had seen a Mediterranean man with dark hair, beige trousers, carrying a child close to the apartment when she went to check in on her own children. Scotland Yard would later come to dismiss the sighting as a red herring. The search continued as the summer progressed amid a wild media circus and with huge fundraising activities underway, the McCann setting up Madeline's Fund on May 15th to raise cash to support further investigation and keep the profile of the case high, attracting generous donations from celebrities like Richard Branson, Simon Caldwell, J.K. Rowling, Colleen Rooney. By May 30th, the case was such a cause celebrity, what? That they were being flown out to meet the Pope at the Vatican in Sir Philip Green's Learjet. A local man, Robert Murat, subsequently became its first suspect, and his house and car searched, his swimming pool drained, his electronic devices confiscated, but no evidence was found to link him to Madeline, and the matter was soon dropped. Yeah, because he lived nearby as an American man. He lived nearby, and he kept trying to insert himself into the investigation, hanging out. By June, the Portuguese police admitted that they had failed to protect potentially useful evidence at the scene, as frustration with the lack of developments grew, and the media began to question whether the McCanns themselves had been involved in the matter. Lurid tabloid allegations suggested the couple and their friends might have been swingers. I've heard that too. And the McCanns, as physicians, might have been in the habit of sedating their children, while others claimed inconsistencies in their versions of events. I do believe they could have possibly been sedating their children. I mean, who in their right mind would leave little bitty children like that in a hotel, apartment, whatever you call it, and go to eat at the restaurant? It's a pretty good distance away. I mean, it's still on the resort grounds. I mean, wouldn't you be afraid that they might pop up out of bed and have to go tinkle or want something to drink and you're not there? You turn your back on a kid for 2 seconds and, they can be up out of the bed. And that right there is bad parenting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what they've been through over the years. That's just the truth. It's bad parenting. Okay. The intensity and hostility towards the parents would later be described as Roy Greensdale of the Guardian as non-journalistic accident, but a sustained campaign of vitriol against a grief-stricken family, singling out the Daily Express and Daily Star for particular condemnation. In July, assistance offered by former South African police officer Danny Krugel, who claimed his handheld matter orientation system could help to find Madeline, was rubbish, while British police sent over 2 Springer Spaniel sniffer dogs to search for DNA. Now, I always heard those Spaniel dogs hit on that car, their rental car. Relations with the local authorities would ultimately sour as the latter came to resent British intrusion into Portuguese inquiry, according to Anthony Summers and Robin Swan's book, Looking for Madeline, which came out in 2014. By August, Madeline had been missing for 100 days. Police admitted for the first time that she may never be found. They also told the McCanns that they were no longer considering the matter as an abduction case, but rather a murder inquiry. I can never say that word. The McCanns themselves were interviewed as suspects by Portuguese police in September, with the parents told that dogs had discovered DNA evidence from the missing girl in the boot of their holiday rental car. Lines of inquiry that had already been leaked to the British police. They vehemently denied having any part in her disappearance. Despite being listed as suspects, a designation that would linger until the following July, the McCanns were allowed to return to Britain on September 9th. A day later, Chief Inspector Tavares de Almeida, something, of the police signed a 9-page report concluding that Madeline McCann had died in their apartment as a result as an accident, that the tapist dinner and rota checks on the McCann's children had been part of a planned cover-up, that the family's friends helped to mislead the police, and that the McCanns had concealed the body and then faked an abduction. A public prosecutor subsequently applied for the confiscation of Kate McCann's diary, Jerry's laptop, plus the group's phone records. So that the policeman, the investigator, that's what he wrote and signed out. He thought that she died of an accident and they covered it up. On October 2nd, Chief Inspector Goncalo A. Morale was removed from the case and transferred after alleging the British police were only interested in pursuing leads favorable to the McCanns. He would later publish a book, Maddie, The Truth of the Lie. I'd like to read that. The following summer resulted in a lengthy life through the courts until March 2017. Back in Britain, Jerry issued a video that November in which he speculated his family had been watched by a predator during their stay at Proud Deluge. His wife had come to believe that a potential perpetrator could have seen a note in the resort's guest book visible to all in the reception, noting their dining arrangements on the evening of Madeline's disappearance. Well, that's true, and that Christian Bruckner was very familiar with the resort. He had broken into that resort several different times. A year and a half before Madeline disappeared, he had broke in on an older American lady that was staying there and tied her up, raped her, and beat her up and everything. That's why he's in jail in Germany right now over that. Um, let's see. Okay. His wife had come to believe a potential perpetrator could have seen an. Okay, I read that. That's possible that could have happened. The couple followed up on January 20th, 2008 by releasing a sketch of a creepy man. They said other holiday makers had said they had seen loitering at the Ocean Club. In April, a month before the 1-year anniversary of the fateful night, Portuguese police traveled to, I can't say that word, to conduct further interviews with McCann's. McCann's friends. They went to Britain. Then on July 21st, Portugal Attorney General Ferran Bernardo Jose Pinto something announced that there is no evidence to link either the McCanns or Robert Murat to the disappearance and closed the case unsolved. With the trail cold and no closure in sight, the McCanns continued to publicize their cause, issuing computer-generated images of how Madeline might look now that she had aged on November 3rd, 2009, and condemning the release of previously unseen Portuguese police files, detailing possible sightings of their daughter in British newspapers in March 2010. I think Christian Bruckner is a good suspect. I've went back and forth with it. Is he a scapegoat? You know, what's going on? But over time, I've come to think, it's my opinion, that he is a really good suspect because he is a convicted sex predator. He did rape a elderly lady at that resort a year and a half before Madeline's disappearance. And they say that they have phone evidence that he was at the resort the night she disappeared. He was right around the resort. Okay, the McCanns published a book on their own about their ordeal in May 2011 entitled Simply Madeline, which was serialized in The Sun as the newspaper led a campaign calling on British Prime Minister David Cameron to launch a new inquiry. He did so. Commenced by then Home Secretary Theresa May, the Metropolitan Police Operation Grange would be led by Commander Simon Foy and comprise a team of 3 detectives detective inspectors, 5 detective sergeants, 19 detective constables, and 6 civilian staff. It began to yield results in 2013 with Scotland Yard formally announcing a new investigation in July, saying in October it had identified 41 potential suspects. The same month, BBC Crime Watch released an EFID image of a man of particular interest who had been seen in prior deluge with a child matching Madeline's description in May 2007. Hold on a minute, guys. My mom, she always wants to call us when I'm live. I didn't know this was this long, but that's all right. We can refresh our memories here. Okay. Detectives arrived in Portugal in January 2014, promised a new arrest, and finally searched the village in June, interviewing 4 people the following month, but without unearthing new information. The quartet would be definitely ruled out in April 2017 before the UK government said it would continue to fund the investigation until 2020, having already admitted it had cost 10, what is that? 10 million? Does that mean 10 million in its first 4 years of operation? The investment had enabled detectives to have tens of thousands of documents translated, investigated over 8,000 potential sightings. They took 1,338 statements, 1,027 exhibits, and investigated 650 sex offenders and 60 persons of interest, all without uh, definitively establishing the truth. The Madeline McCann case lay dormant before suddenly exploding into life in June 2020, when German media revealed that Christian Bruckner, a 43-year-old prisoner with a track record of child abuse and drug trafficking, had been identified as a new suspect by the public prosecutor of the German city of Brunswick. Is that how you say that? Brunswick? Oh, something else about Christian Bruckner. He, I think he sold like a van or something to his friend, something like that, or a camper. He left a camera behind. Um, and on that camera was Christian Bruckner raping that elderly American lady and raping another lady. That's what I read. He reportedly had been living in a Volkswagen camper van in the Algarve at the time of Madeline's disappearance. One woman has since come forward to suggest she saw a girl that might have been Madeline speaking German in a supermarket in Portugal in 2017. German investigators classified their probe into his movements as a murder inquiry, saying they are working on the assumption that Madeline is dead and reporting in July 2021 that they have found an abandoned cellar beneath his former allotment. I remember us reading about that near Hanover, where she could theoretically have been held captive. Yeah, he used to have this little plot of land, and they felt like this underground like cellar. Hans Christian Walters, the prosecutor leading the investigation into Bruckner, has said he is very confident the inmate is responsible for kidnapping her. If you knew the evidence we had, you would come to the same conclusion as I do. But I can't give you the details because we don't want the accused to know what we have on him. These are tactical considerations, he told the BBC. It was subsequently revealed that Madeline's fund still had, gosh, is that 773,629? Does it mean pounds? To spend as of March 31st, 2020, meaning the McCanns can continue to bankroll a private investigator to find their daughter long after the police hunt is finally drawn to a close, should they choose to. Mr. Bruckner was formally made a suspect in relation to the case on April 21st, 2022. On September 19th, the McCanns lost their libel against Mr. Amaral, the former chief inspector who had investigated the disappearance before the European Court of Human Rights. The couple had attempted to argue that he was responsible for damaging their reputation. He's the one, the inspector that wrote that book. Breaching their rights to respect for their private life and to be presumed innocent after taking ex- exception to his book and associated media appearances in which he had repeatedly suggested they were responsible for the vanishing. Their complaint also argued that Portugal Supreme Court had failed to allow them proper redress over the alleged libel by Mr. Amaral after judges threw out their earlier claim in 2017. The verdict left the McCanns with 3 months to appeal the decision. What the hell's going on here in this video? Somebody's cleaning fungus off their damn toes. Goodness gracious. So that's where we are, called up to date in the McCann case. Kind of, I know that was a long read, but I thought it was important to refresh our memories a little bit. And now I want to reshare. Let me see something. I want to find a side by side, a still side by side of these two girls. Let me see if I can find it. Go to images. Gosh, I think there's been several people claim this. Hold on, I'm not seeing a side by side of these girls. Hold on, I'm gonna find this one. Somehow, maybe I can find it in a news clip. I hate when I can't find something. I guess I'm gonna have to make my own damn side by side of them. But I'm gonna look at the chat. So, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Christian Berkner is a good suspect? What if he did? I was thinking about this. What if he did abduct her and not kill her that night and took her and sold her to someone? But how would they have got the child to Poland? Don't you have to have a passport? Don't the child have to have a passport? I guess there's ways to sneak in to another country. We'll look at some other true crime too. Let me catch up. CC, you crack me up. Oh my goodness. Hey, Detective One. Yeah, Donald, I get the impression this kind of thing is pretty much rampant across Europe. Sad. Wow, 2/3 says yes or maybe. I don't. You know what? It's. I guess I'm gonna vote maybe. I'm gonna vote with you if it'll let me. I don't think it will. Maybe it did. 50% says maybe. 33% no. 17% yes. This is just gonna be awful. I hope that it is her. I hope it is her. But it's gonna be awful if it's not for the McCanns. You know, they're probably trying not to get their hopes up, but still trying not to, but you know their hopes are getting up. You know it. Mine would be. Okay. Now let me get some of my windows closed and we'll go look at some more true crime. If I can get some pulled up here. Have y'all been watching that Murdoch trial? I haven't been watching it. I've been reading a little bit about it. I just know he's going to be convicted. I mean, he had blood on the steering wheel, which I guess they could explain away by him touching the bodies as if they had a pulse or something. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that he killed his wife and son. I mean, he was making phone calls and everything in that body cam footage. I mean, you just found your wife and son murdered. And he's just able to make phone calls. He's trying to cry a little bit, but he's way calm. And you've just seen your son laying on the ground with his brain out of his head. They had to carry his brain in a bucket to the autopsy room. And he's that calm. just making phone call, phones ringing, everything. Oh, look at this. Alleged kidnapper has been preying on women for nearly 3 decades. Let's look at this freak. Hold on. Let me see what else is going on. Cinematographer's husband added to prosecutor's witness list against Alec Baldwin. Tennessee sheriff's deputy shot and killed. Okay, woman in critical condition after she shot by suspect. Deputies fatally shot him. What else is going on? I'm trying to scroll and find us something, guys. I don't think that Alex's head injuries wasn't that bad as the guy testified. Oh, really, Vicky? Good morning. Good to see you, Cheryl T. Hey, fat baby Toodles. Yeah, I've been trying to follow the trial. It's mostly boring as hell. Some occasional interesting parts. Right. That's why I just like to read about it. I've only watched one trial, Denise Williams' trial, and it was after it was over with. I watched the replay. You know, that was pretty interesting. That's the only one. Let me screen share here. We'll look at some more true crime. We should look and see what's going on with that this morning. Go back up here. Ooh, that's a cute dress. Oh my gosh, y'all. I downloaded this app. I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this right, but it's called Temu. Temu. It's a little orange app. It's a shopping app. Oh my gosh. They have some really cool stuff there. Cheap prices. And I was looking at the reviews to make sure it wasn't like Wish, and it's not. I mean, they've got some junk on there, of course, like any other site, but they've got some like really cute jewelry. Like I like little peace sign jewelry. I found this leather bracelet. It's got like the peace sign and stuff on it. $1.08. Then I found these celestial moon and star earrings, like $1.99. Super cute. I'm going to order them. But here's the thing. You got to have an order of at least $10. Like they have everything on there, guys. Makeup organizers, stuff for pets, stuff for your house, bedding, dishes, bongs, bikinis. I've got me like this bandana print bikini in my shopping cart. It's like the navy blue. And it's like $13 for the top and bottom. I've got several in there. One of them is like $10 for the top and bottom. I'm going to go to my chat on my phone. We're getting ready to read about a weirdo here. How do I get that video down? James Parillo was arrested this month in New Jersey when his alleged victim escaped and ran to a gas station for help. What a freaking weirdo, man. There is weirdos everywhere. But I wanted to look at my chat on my phone because I want to see if anybody's got that shopping app. Here we go. Has anyone here ordered from TV? No, girl. I'm getting ready to, though. I got to wait till I get some extra money. But I'm getting ready to order from there. And when I do, I'll do a live stream and show y'all. And we'll do a review. Because I'm going to order a couple little bracelets for Timothy. And I'm going to order like that bathing suit and another little dress maybe for summer. It looks like a sweatshirt dress, but it comes off your shoulder. It's really cute. My stepmom she likes them. Kind of got to pick and choose and read the fine print and measurements and stuff, though. Right. Thank you, Fat Baby Toodles. And look at the reviews. Thank God there's people that do reviews and upload photos. I try to on items because that really helps. Like, I saw a review on that little bracelet I was talking about. Someone had uploaded a photo. It was so cute. Waiting for my stuff to get here. I'll let y'all know how it is when it comes. How fast is the shipping? Fat Baby, I just ordered $60 of crap from them. Should be here in a week. Yeah, I'm getting ready to order from them too. I'm going to get my mom some of those nail wraps. You just stick on. Okay, let's see what this weirdo did. A man charged in New Jersey with kidnapping a woman, holding her against her will as they crisscrossed the country for a year. He had her for a year, y'all. Apparently has a long history of mistreating women and lying about his personal life. James W. Parillo was arrested on February 7th in New Jersey when a woman he allegedly kidnapped in New Mexico last February escaped and begged employees at a gas station to call police. The woman told investigators that he identified himself as Brett Parker when he asked for a ride to Arizona, and they engaged in a consensual relationship. A month later, however, the woman said he assaulted her during an argument in California. A month later, and threatened to kill her and her family, leaving her terrified to leave. He's been charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, criminal restraint, obstruction, and refusing to give a DNA sample. He is awaiting an initial court appearance. But according to December 17, 2019 article on Outsider's Backpacker, Perillo has been doing similar things at least as far back as 1993, including months focusing on the Pacific Crest Trail and other long-haul treks in California. In 1993, the article says Perillo, using the name Angelo Anthony DeCampo, told Valerie Eric in Florida that he was the millionaire son of a mafia kingpin. You know what? I'd laugh at somebody if they told me that. And also deaf and mute from a Gulf War injury. Damn, he is a freaking weirdo. He allegedly loaded Eric into her parents' brand new Camaro and took off on what Unsolved Mysteries, which did a program on him called A Six-State 2,000-Mile Journey of Terror. Oh, this guy was on Unsolved Mysteries. Eric was repeatedly beaten during the journey, and eventually Tony DeCampo vanished and is believed to have victimized other people of the show set. In 1997, he was jailed for a short time in Virginia for allegedly threatening then President Bill Clinton. And in the early 2000s, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for helping a California woman kidnap her two young children from her father. It don't say from their father, it says from her father. In 2013, he was interviewed on a conspiracy website as a former Greenpeace eco-terrorist who spent nearly 20 years in the U.S. most secured Supermax federal prison. That interview is now marked with a disclaimer saying that Perillo fabricated the story, the Backpacker article said. And that was before he allegedly kidnapped Kira Moon on the Pacific Crest Trail, where he used the trail name Medic in March 2018. Moon, who died in February 2019, told the Backpacker that Perillo told her he was a retired Navy SEAL and had been a Greenpeace deep sea diver. He'd just sold a home, he said, for $4.5 million, waiting for the money to come out of escrow so he'd have access to it. And he was in pain after a windstorm blew him off a cliff in Mount Laguna, California. Boy, he could blow up an onion sack. He's full of it. During the months on the trail, Moon said Perillo beat and raped her until she finally was able to escape his clutches. He was arrested but never prosecuted, perhaps because, according to an expert who spoke with Backpacker, Moon wouldn't have made a sympathetic victim. Why not? After Moon got away from Perillo, he launched a new Facebook page and hiked part of the Continental Divide Trail while claiming to be stage 5. Is that stage 5 or 6? Cancer victim? online groups like Missing from the PCT have kept his name and face alive. However, cautioning through hikers about him. And when he was arrested this month in New Jersey, the through hiker community was elated, hoping that this time he is held accountable. I hope they hold him accountable. I mean, he is a weirdo. He's almost like a stepfather movie. You know how the stepfather kept changing his identity? He'd be somebody else each time. He'd move from family to family. I have looked at that shopping site, but I haven't yet. I would love your opinion. Yeah, when I order, Cheryl, probably around the first of the month, um, I'll come on here and do a review because when I order, I'm going to order several different things. I'm going to get a couple of their makeup items that have good reviews. Like they had this concealer palette with, let's see, one, two, about 3 rolls in the palette. And it was only like $4.38. They've got some brushes, everything like that. Fat Baby Jill said she put in her order on the 16th, shipped the 17th. It should be here between the 24th and March 3rd. Says as of the 19th, waiting for flight. When I ordered from that Sheen, is that how you say it? Sheen? It took forever to get here. Forever. And I was disappointed in the quality of my pajamas, guys. I really was. So I'm going to try out from that Temu. I call it Temu. I don't know if that's right. I'm going to try out, some of their pajamas, different items, some clothing, and some jewelry and stuff for my son. He loves that skull stuff, guys. He loves me buying skull rings and necklaces. And I found him this one little necklace. It's this little coffin. It's silver, and it slides open. The door of the coffin like slides open, and there's like a skeleton laying in it. You'll love it. Angel, I just ordered from there, waiting. Oh gosh, let us know what you think. Let me see. Let me get on my Temu here. We'll look at some more true crime too. Give you an idea of what I've got in my cart. I've only got 31 items in my cart, y'all. Because I do that because, so if I see something so I can find it again. I've got a vintage Gothic Punk Grim Reaper ring, $2.48. Men's dagger shaped personality necklace, $2.48. Men's Gothic Vampire Bloody Red ring, $1.48. And all the stuff I have in here, it's got good reviews on it. What else? Oh, I found some gel pens, 48 color, glitter, $8.98. And they also got a gremlin. Y'all know the gremlin movie? Gizmo. They got a Gizmo ornament with the Santa hat on, $3.38 for Gizmo. Like at Hallmark or something, that would be outrageous. And then I've got a cute satin flamingo print robe. It's a short robe, and it's like $12.48. What else? Oh, the Greek mythology face and moon earrings, $1.88. Something else I have in my cart is a vintage wooden Christmas music box that cranks up, but it's the Nightmare Before Christmas. It's $5.48. It's probably really small. And then, like, I have this 2-piece concealer brush in my cart for $1.07. 15-piece high quality makeup brushes, $4.04. Oil control loose face powder, $3.77. I mean, they just got a bunch of stuff. Pure Invisible Primer Hydrating Liquid, $1.34. I mean, I could go on and on. Graphic print one shoulder tea dress, $8.99. It's so cute, and I'm definitely getting that. Okay, enough with Temu. I can't wait to get a haul, y'all. I mean, my haul might consist of about 10 things. I'm going to try to order about $30 or $40 worth of stuff just to, try it out, see how I like it. And in the meantime, when y'all get y'all's orders in, let me know. Okay. Oh my gosh, there was a shooting at Mardi Gras. Man killed, young girl among 4 wounded in Mardi Gras parade shooting. Gosh, I hate reading about those shootings, y'all. It's just so awful. Um, let's see what else. Ex-girlfriend. I want to read this because it's about a crazy woman. Ooh, she's ugly. Ex-girlfriend harassed former Marine for years, including sending X-rated photos to friends and family, lawsuit says. Oh, she sounds like Jodi Arias. She did that to Travis Alexander before she murdered him. The pictures that she took of them in the bedroom and stuff she sent to his boss, his friends. She hacked his email account. Let me look at my live chat. So this is the psycho woman. Let me get back to my chat though. I like to see. It's changed it here. Yep, I had about the same amount. Yeah, I always have a lot in my damn shopping cart. And Amazon's like that too. Then I have to go push save for later when I'm going to check out. But yeah, I'm going to order a bunch of little jewelry stuff for Timothy and maybe some makeup brushes and a couple clothing items. And I'll let y'all know. Definitely get me a new bathing suit. Now, I bought me a tie-dye bikini at the end of the summer back in the fall. It don't have the tie-dye top, so I got like a solid hot pink top to go with it, but I got the tie-dye bottom, but it's skimpy. And it's not made very well, it's cheap made. But I just got that to lay out in the sun here. But I need a presentable bikini because I don't like one piece for when like I go to the pool or lake, around Timothy and other people. So I have to go find my bikinis in the plus size because of the tops. Okay, so let's see what this weirdo did. God, she's ugly. She just put some makeup on. Former Marine has sued an ex-girlfriend for years of alleged harassment that included sending X-rated photos and videos of him to his family and current girlfriend. The lawsuit accuses Desiree Collins, 27, of being unable to handle their 2015 breakup and engaging in a years-long course of harassment. The 28-year-old man, identified as SS in the lawsuit, said he and Collins were in a long distance relationship for about a year and a half. SS says he sent her racy photos and a video during the course of their relationship because she lived in Oregon while he was employed abroad. I didn't think this would be something I would have to drag around with me forever and something I would have to explain to every romantic partner I would ever have, he told the Post. SS, who now lives in New Jersey, told the Post that Collins frequently texted while he was overseas, causing his phone to explode with text when he would come into port and again have signal. She even tried to reach him by calling in through his demand. What's the name of that movie where that woman puts that bunny in the pot? Where she has a one night stand with that guy, then stalks him. What's the name of that movie? This is what she is. Vicky. What? No thong bikini? No, Vicky, I'm not Brooke. My cousin's wife. Y'all remember when I told y'all she walking around in front of her in laws and my whole family, her grown sons and everything, teenage boys in a thong bikini. In front of her father in law, mother in law, my granny. She just don't got no shame. She's a piece of trash. Okay. I couldn't take it anymore, he told the Post. I wanted to break up with her. Afterwards, she said she kept pushing and pushing, trying to get me to get back with her. He said he said he's changed his phone number dozens of times. Soon Collins was contacting his parents. Sounds like people on YouTube. SS said threatening suicide, saying she missed him. She used 22 different phone numbers, he said, contacted his friends on social media. His current girlfriend told the Post that Collins contacted SS more than 5,500 times over 10 days last October. over 10 days. She texted him 5,500 times. That's when she began sending the X-rated material. SS said, "You can get in trouble for that. I know people think you can't, but like, hey, somebody sends you a picture of their boobs or, naked or whatever, and you send it to somebody else, you can get in trouble. It's called revenge porn." Afterwards, he said she kept pushing and pushing, trying to, okay, I done read that. His current, the post said SS and his family successfully got a restraining order against Collins. She doesn't give up, SS said. He's asking for at least $150,000 in damages, but mostly said, "I want it to cease and be done with." Collins didn't respond to the post's request for comment. Hey, she's liable to try to murder him or something. I mean, if she is that obsessed with him. Personally, I'm not going to make contact or try to make contact with somebody that I know doesn't want to talk to me. But, of course, in her delusional mind, she probably thinks he really does. It's like Jodi Arias thought Travis, when he'd dump her, she'd think, "Oh, he really don't mean that. He really loves me." In her sick, twisted head, that's what she thought. Even though he never, ever told her he loved her, as I know of. I don't think Travis ever told her he loved her. Michael Douglas with Fatal Attraction. Thank y'all. Yeah, she's reminding me of the Fatal Attraction. Let me see if I can end this poll. Oh, we're tied. 43% thinks Julia, maybe Madeline. 43% unsure. It's a tie. Okay, we'll end it. We got 14 votes. Michael Douglas. I used to think Michael Douglas was so good looking. Remember Michael Douglas in that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow? That was a good movie too. So what are you guys going to do today? That's enough true crime. We're done true crime in it. I will be back in the morning. I will be, guys. I know I've said that before, but I'm getting back on schedule. Like I said, sometimes I might be later than normal. Sometimes I might not be able to do a morning stream. I may have to do it in the evening. But I'm trying to get back on schedule. So I don't have any plans. I'm just going to get off here and put some laundry in the dryer here in a little bit. Straighten up a little bit. Maybe color in my coloring book. Oh, hibiscus, you're working? I remember Gordon Getco. Who is that, Vicky? Lord have mercy. Y'all been watching this drama on YouTube go on? Oh, it's got outrageous on here. Outrageous. That's why I'm just going. I like everybody now. I do. I don't like a lot of the things I've heard lately, but a lot of these creators I like. That's arguing. Manda and Robbie. I'm talking to you two. I like you two. And, it's hard to watch y'all go at each other. It really is. I wish y'all straighten y'all's butts up. Anyways, I've been watching a little bit of that. Well, a whole lot of that going on. It's just hard because a lot of these people, like, we all started around the same time in this community. Me, Robbie, it's a bunch of us. Amanda, she come along a little bit later. But, I've known them all for a number of years. And I like them all. And now they're all mad at each other and stuff. And it's hard. It's sad. It really is. Michael Douglas was in Wall Street, iconic character. Well, he played this guy. He played with Gwyneth Paltrow. Let me look up this movie. And she was having an affair with this artist guy. What was it called? A Perfect Marriage? Let me look it up. If I can spell Gwyneth. A Perfect Murder. It's called A Perfect Murder. Yes, please say prayers, President Carter. Oh, President Carter's dying prayers. Prayers for him. I didn't know that. It seems like we've lost a lot of celebrities in the last few years. Betty White, she died. Priscilla Presley, her son died before that. Melissa Etheridge, son, he died a couple years ago. Yes, Donald, so sad he lived a long life. Yeah, how old is President Carter? Bless his heart. Actually, I thought he was done passed away. Let's see. We'll see how it is. Has anybody been watching MILF Manor on TLC? I've been watching that show. 98 years old. Jimmy Carter's church asked for comfort for his family as the former president enters hospice care. Jimmy Carter, 39th U.S. president, enters hospice. Enters hospice care. Former president's hometown reflects on native son. Okay, there's a bunch of articles. Well, bless his heart. I remember on King of the Hill, that cartoon show for adults, Hank Hill loves President Carter. That's all he ever talks about. President Carter and propane. Well, guys, I know I've been a little bit boring this morning. I'm so sorry. I'll get back in the groove. I'll make it more interesting. But I'm going to get off here and go in here and check on my kitties. Cleo, she has took up with Mark. She likes to go in there and lay in the bed with him. Pass gas on him. That little cat, guys, let me ask you cat people. It's not normal for a cat to have bad gas, is it? We call it Cleo Pepe Le Pew, the skunk cartoon character from the old days, because every time you pick her up, she has silent but deadly gas. This morning I picked her up and she passed gas. I had her up on my shoulder and she turned around and she was sniffing. I was like, yeah, that's coming from your butt, girl. Smells terrible. I've been watching the recaps and reactions on YouTube on MILF Manor. Oh, God, it's so bad. Oh, gosh. Last night, the moms had to give a sex ed class, teach their sons about the vagina and the inside. Gosh, I hate saying that word. And all this. Now, that one woman, she was like, I'm out. That Stephanie girl on there. She's like, this is too weird for me. You know, you're supposed to keep in the bedroom stuff just between you and your partner, not supposed to talk about it in public, which I agree with that. I agree. I think stuff like that should be kept in the bedroom. I would never talk to my son about something like that. I didn't have to talk to him about the birds and the bees. Kids know about these things this day and time. Nixon was president when I was born. Hey, Ronald Reagan was president when I was in kindergarten. That's the first thing I ever learned in school, who the president of our country was. Ronald Reagan. Off topic, I have a question. Does anyone live in Tennessee been thinking of moving back east? I live right next to it, Mike. Knitting artisan does that comes in here. I'd love to go to Oklahoma hibiscus, by the way. You should move to East Tennessee. That way we could all meet up, you and your partner, me and mine. Have coffee or lunch or dinner sometime. I'll drive to Tennessee to have dinner with you. How is it there? What's the atmosphere like? Well, it's according to what part. Like East Tennessee, I think that you would enjoy Kingsport or Johnson City, Tennessee, or Bristol. Look those areas at Bristol, Tennessee, or Virginia. It's a laid back atmosphere. And Kingsport and Johnson City, Bristol is a lot bigger than my area. Kingsport and Johnson City, they call it the Tri Cities. You know, that's where the mall is and stuff. I think you would like it, though. You might even like it in my area. It's a lot cheaper here, Mike. Like rent and stuff. You could probably rent a house here $350, $400. I would stay away from Palestinian Ohio. Oh, really? Is it rough up there? Like, I think I wouldn't like to live like in Knoxville, Tennessee, because that's like a bigger city stuff. There's a lot crime that goes on there, and Memphis and stuff. Just, I mean, there's a lot of crime that goes on everywhere, but it's not like that around here. You should move here, Mike. Move to Southwest Virginia. By the way, CC, your thumbnail needs to be a diamond painting. That is a diamond painting, girl. I took the image, saved it to my phone because that's what is my screensaver. Well, it's actually I've got the same picture, just a bigger cat because I love the Starry Night painting. That's actually you can order that diamond painting. Yeah, trying to stay away from cities and crime, even though crime is everywhere. Yeah, then you need to move Southwest Virginia, or there's places in East Tennessee that's got small areas too. I think you would like it around here. Abington, Virginia. It's got the Barter Theater there, the historic Barter Theater. Mel Gibson's been in a play on it. Numerous actors have. Yeah, maybe beside me. East Palestine, Ohio, where that horrible train crash with all the chemicals happened. Oh, okay. Okay. Look up the place you mentioned. Look at Bristol, Virginia, or Tennessee. Um, because Bristol, Virginia is just right across the street from Bristol, Tennessee, or Kingsport, Tennessee, or you might even like Gate City. That's Virginia. It's right beside of Kingsport, though, like 2 seconds from it. So look at those places. Yeah, it'd be awesome if you would move back this way. We could meet up and have dinner, all of us, or something. It'd be fun. We could go to the races together, Bristol Motor Speedway. It'd be fun. I need to have a meet and greet one day. Like if I was like more popular, I would, like a big creator. But I still would like I've only met one person from since I've been on YouTube, Sapphire. She came down, visited me, stayed a few days. Um, I'd like to meet more people. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome, like if we could rent like a big chalet, a few of us that's knowed each other for a long time, like a chalet in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. It'd be so nice. We could all go to Parrot Mountain together, the True Crime Museum. It's got Ted Bundy's Volkswagen in it. It'd be so much fun. And see, Mike, if you lived in East Tennessee or Southwest Virginia, you'd just be a hop, skip, and jump away from going to Dollywood. Like if I wanted to go to Dollywood, it'd just take me about 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah. And Kingsport is about an hour from me, about 40 minutes. Yes, that'd be so fun, wouldn't it? Preschool Green. Go to the True Crime Museum. Us go in Dollywood. Ride some rides. I could ride the carousel. I love the carousel. I'm dying to go to Parrot Mountain. Parrot Mountain is owned by Christians. All the parrots there, it's like an outside place you can go to, are rescues. And they'll always live on Parrot Mountain. Of course, during the winter, they can't come out, I don't think. But it's just a big old place, and you can get feed birds. Parrots are everywhere on their perches. Some it says do not touch. I guess some spiders, but some of them get right up on you and everything. I'd love to go. Give them a little donation because it's like a nonprofit. Just all the money they make goes back in taking care of all the birds. All the birds. I like to sneak me one out in a jacket. No, I wouldn't really do anything like that, but I would love to have a bird. One of these days, I'm going to have me a budgie, at least. Or a cockatiel. I'd love to. I'd love to have one to argue with me. It'd be so fun, Cece. Too bad I'm so far away because I know that would be. I know. And we could go out to dinner and have drinks and go boot scooting. Oh, I love Dolly Parton too. I love me some Dolly Parton. She said she modeled her look after the town tramp. That's what she said. She modeled her look after the town tramp. She's been married for years to the same guy. I don't think Dolly has any kids, does she? I know, what's her face? Miley Cyrus is her goddaughter. My Wi-Fi's acting up. Anyways, guys, I will see y'all in the morning for some more true crime and coffee. Getting back on schedule, so I will be live. Yeah, love me some boot scooting boogie. Hey, Cheryl, I like that song. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I love you guys. I will see y'all in the morning. Be safe, be kind. Peace. Have a great day.